Julie would like to respectfully ask you and everyone to know that according to the latest research by scientists, the study warns that the Earth is deep in a dangerous zone beyond the safe planetary boundary. So let's find out what the truth is with Julie. Human activity and appetites have weakened Earth's resilience, pushing it far beyond the safe operating space that keeps the world livable for most species, including our own, a landmark study said Wednesday. 6 of 9 planetary boundaries, climate change, deforestation, biodiversity loss, synthetic chemicals including plastics, freshwater depletion, and nitrogen use, are already deep in the red zone, an international team of 29 scientists reported. 2 of the remaining 3, ocean acidification along with the concentration of particle pollution and dust in the atmosphere, are borderline, with only ozone depletion comfortably within safe bounds. The planetary boundaries identify the important processes that keep the Earth within the kind of the living conditions that prevailed over the last 10,000 years, the period when humanity and modern civilization developed, said lead author Catherine Richardson, a professor at the University of Copenhagen's Globe Institute. The study is the second major update of the concept, first unveiled in 2009 when only global warming, extinction rates, and nitrogen had transgressed their limits. "We are still moving in the wrong direction," said co-author Johan Rockström, director of the Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research (PIC) and a co-creator of the schema. And there's no indications that any of the boundaries, except the ozone layer, slowly on the mend since the chemicals destroying it were banned, have started to bend in the right direction, he told journalists in a briefing. "This means we are losing resilience, that we are putting the stability of the Earth system at risk." The study quantifies boundaries for all 9 interlocking facets of the Earth system. Headed for disaster. For biodiversity, for example, if the rate at which species disappear is less than 10 times the average extinction rate over the last 10 million years, that is deemed acceptable. In reality, however, extinctions are occurring at least 100 times faster than this so-called background rate, and 10 times faster than the planetary boundary limit. For climate change, that threshold is keyed to the concentration of atmospheric CO2, which remained very close to 280 parts per million ppm for at least 10,000 years prior to the Industrial Revolution. That concentration is today 417 ppm, far above the safe boundary of 350 ppm. On climate, we're still following a pathway that takes us unequivocally to disaster, said Rockström. We're headed for 2.5 degrees Celsius, 2.6 degrees Celsius or 2.7 degrees Celsius, a place we haven't seen for the past 4 million years. There's no evidence whatsoever that humans can survive in that environment, he added. Thousands upon thousands of chemical compounds created by humans, from microplastics and pesticides to nuclear waste and drugs that have leached into the environment, were quantified for the first time in the new research, and found to exceed safe limits. Likewise for the depletion of green and blue water, fresh water coming from soil and plants on the one hand, and from rivers and lakes on the other. Setting limits. An important finding of the new update is that different boundaries feed off and amplify each other. The study examines in particular the interaction between increasing CO2 concentration and damage to the biosphere, especially forest loss, and projects temperature increases when one or both increase. It shows that even if humanity rapidly draws down greenhouse gas emissions, unless destruction of carbon-absorbing forests is halted at the same time, rising global temperatures could tip the planet onto a trajectory of additional warming that would be hard to stop. Next to
which
climate
is why
change,
Venus is so
integrity
bright
of the
and easily
biosphere is the
visible from
second
Earth.
pillar for our planet.
The winds
said
in Venus's
co-author
upper
Wolfgang
atmosphere are
Lucht,
incredibly
head of Earth
fast,
System
reaching
Analysis at
speeds up to
TIC.
450
We are
miles per
currently
hour, much
destabilizing
faster
this
than the
pillar by
strongest
taking out
hurricane
too
winds
much
on
biomass,
Earth. These
destroying
winds
too
move in a
much habitat,
phenomenon known as
deforesting too much
superrotation,
land.
where the atmosphere
All the
rotates
boundaries
much
can be
faster
brought
than the
back
planet's
into the
surface.
safe operating space.
Near the
The
surface,
study
however,
concluded.
winds are much slower,
It's
typically
just a
less than a
question
few
of
miles
setting
per
limits
hour.
for the amount of waste we put into the open environment and the
Venus
amount of
boasts the
living and
highest
non-living raw
mountain. Venus has
materials
been
we
a
take
target of
out, said Richardson. Hotly debated at first, the planetary boundaries framework quickly became a pillar of Earth system science, with its influence extending today into the realm of policy and even business. This is the end of the video.